Okay. Well, tonight, going to do a little Minecraft creative and hopefully start on a new build. So, see how that goes. See how that goes tonight. All right. Let's see. I need to do a little adjustment on the camera here. Let's see. There we go. That's better. All right. So yeah, let's see. Where are we gonna start this new one? I think back over here might be a good area. Over here might be a good area. And let's see, I need to figure out some column size. Because this one's going to have kind of a Roman theme to it. Let's see. So we'll need some white blocks, maybe white concrete. What else might look good? Let's see what strip pale oak is going to look like too. And go ahead and grab some of that. Calcite might be good. Let's see what else. Smooth quartz, maybe. Try that one. Maybe bone block. Let's see, we already got the quartz blocks, right? Smooth quartz. Block of quartz. Quartz bricks. Don't know about that. Quartz pillar. Chisel quartz. We'll worry about that one in a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. Quartz pillar. Let's see what you look like. Let's see. I think this is going to be a rough pillar shape. We'll see how it looks here in a second. Okay. Yeah. Placement's not as fast as one would hope. Okay, come on. a little height on this. See what it looks like. Don't know if I want to use that particular block, but we shall see. Okay. And a little bit of base on this too. It'll give it a little more realism. Okay. See how that looks. That's not too bad. Okay. No. Definitely want those flat. Okay, let's see. A little bit of a base to the pillar. Definitely gives a little more dimension. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad as a base pillar, but let's see what quartz will look like as the base. So we don't get these little round pieces on the tops of those. Let's get a basic Roman pillar look here. Yep. Not bad. Not bad. And with some height on that, that's going to look pretty good, I think. All right. Yeah, those go pretty good together. So, you guys going to be our basic basic outline. Let's see, the bone, a little too brown. So I think we're going to get rid of the bone. Don't think that's going to work for us. Let's see, smooth quartz block. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, the smooth might actually be better. Without the obvious division in the material. Although if we want to get that tile look, we can use the block of quartz. Smooth, I think it's going to look a lot more like marble. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Alright, so then we've got the calcite. Let's see what that looks like. That looks a little like marble too. Definitely use that for some highlights in the build. And let's see what we were. Stripped pale oak looks good too. That looks a lot like marble as well. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good too. That is looking pretty good too. So we're definitely going to use some of that. I'm not sure about the stripped pale, so I think we'll get rid of that. And then of course we've got the white concrete, which looks pretty good as well. Not as much texture to it, but I think it'll fit in with parts of the build. Okay. So, what do we want to use for the base? Probably the probably not the quartz bricks. Okay, we're gonna use that smooth, I think, for our main base. Got here just a little bit past this. And let's see, where do we want to start at? Maybe about 150 will be our corner. And 490. Where do we want to go? 500. 150, 500. I think that's a pretty good start spot. Make it a little bit easier to measure out. Okay. Unless we want to go this way a little bit to 200, maybe. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll go out at least 50 blocks to start with. go. Up now. All right. All right, 50 blocks that way. Blocks that way. It's pretty good. I'll get a little elevation of this. Like so. These are going to be basically our Colosseum steps up. This is just going to be one corner of the thing. Okay. Probably need to go at least one more. Maybe two more. Let's see. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit more like steps you'd see on a Colosseum. I think maybe one more. I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. The steps. One more. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right, now we're just going to fill this in. So I want to add some different detail to this later, which is a possibility. We might change up some blocks in here, add some floor panels, maybe some gold, you never know. Although, might use yellow concretes to simulate the gold. Oh, come on now. There we go. Those columns are going to look pretty good when they're good and tall. They're going to look very good. I did columns the same way when I did when I did columns in the game Total Miner on the 360. They came out looking really good. And if you saw the video for that one, this build is going to be very similar to that. So I never got to really finish that one in Total Miner. We'll do this in Minecraft. Same idea, might end up looking a little different, never know. The water will definitely work correctly in this one though. Figure out how far apart we want to put our columns. Yeah, I think we'll probably take our base for our column up a little more too. We'll mess with that here in a second. Or we could just go ahead and recreate it over here, who knows. This would be nice with the castle nearby and the TARDIS and so forth. Let's see, what's our view set to right now? Let's make sure we got that maxed out. I don't remember. Render distance 24, yep. Okay. Okay, everything there looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to take reflections up a little bit more, maybe. See what that looks like. This one's definitely going to have some water in it, so water reflections might look pretty good. I assume that's what the reflections is mainly going to affect. Find out. Definitely want to start doing more with the pale, what's it called again? Pale oak? Yeah, pale oak wood. Actually, beautiful wood. And started watching a Japanese YouTube streamer that does a lot, and Minecraft does really beautiful, beautiful builds. No idea what his name is. I did follow him though, and he's been doing some really amazing stuff with pale wood in pale wood builds lately, and just incredible looking. Just incredible looking. Just very impressive. All right. Let's see. What do we want to go back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that about right? And I think we probably want to do that as our corner. Like so. Except we're going to take these up. Like so. Give this a little bit more. A little bit more of a grander scale by making this thicker at the bottom and extending it out a little bit, because these are going to be quite tall. So you want to make you don't want to make the base seem puny in comparison. So what I'm going to do here, let's go like this. Just line the whole bottom just like that. Like so. Gonna give it a little bit more of a grander scale. Like so. So that's probably gonna be our little corner piece right there. And that's going to be, let's see, 2 across on both of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across from there. So try that. All right. No, that doesn't look right. Okay, so it should be like a like so. Like so. And then you should be 9 across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like so. Like so. Okay. And the next one's just coming up a 1 and back. Oh. Like so. Okay. Good. Fill that in like that. All right, and then it's just a matter of creating the column. Yep, going the 2. Like so. That should have been filled in. All right. Very good. And let's see, do we want to stick with the yeah. We will stick with the quartz pillar, I think. Let's see, the base is basically at 10 or 11. And we probably want to go up to start with 30. It's probably not going to be nearly tall enough. Yeah, it's going to have to come up much higher than that, but we will build to that for the moment. Okay. Nope. Try it again. Come on. These will make pretty convincing columns. Should specify Roman columns. Or Greek columns. How we doing? I haven't dropped any frames. Good. Streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. It's been going pretty good. Might end up adding Kick to the mix here pretty soon. And see how we do streaming to 3 different platforms. Get our multi-stream on, good. See how we progress with the 3. Granted, YouTube had a little bit of a head start, but growth-wise, we'll see which one does the best. Alright, let's see how that's looking. Not bad. Not bad at all. And it gives more of a realistic column look than just making flat columns. Alright, let's see. We need a spacer block for figuring out some spaces. And let's use... We'll use, let's say gold blocks for that. Why not? Alright, how far apart do we want these things? We came in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from the corner. And it's 3 from the edge. So how far apart do we want these? I know I want it to be an uneven space because we're going to have water channels as we go further in. So we definitely want a center line for that. As well as the reason these are oddly sized is there's going to be a water channel out of the bottom of some of these as well. So definitely want to go with odds. Let's start with 9 apart, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be 9 apart. Is that going to look too close? Probably. I'm thinking. So if we go up to 11, that's going to be a little better. Let's see. We will see. Okay. No, I'm going the wrong way with that. Okay, now those going to be too close still. Maybe. Figure it out here in a second. Need to bring it out a little bit more, we will. That gives a general idea of how far apart these need to be. Okay. I think I goofed that one up. Like so. Yeah, that should be better. All right, let's see. Are they going to be too close? Yeah, I think so. I think those are still going to be a little too close together. A little too close together. Okay. I think we're going to have to go all the way up to 15 apart. These look right. Pretty sure. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, what did we count up to? Was those 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's going to look a lot better, 15 apart. All right. All right, now there are also, if I'm not mistaken, let's see. I got so much to play with in this one too, including pottery shards, which is kind of cool. We have the different types of lanterns. Although torches are going to be a main thing for sure. what do we have here? What are these? Vault? Trial spawner, monster spawner. Okay. And what is this one? Torch flower seeds. Flowering azalea leaves look good. Might have to use those somewhere. Okay. Yep, I think that's got her. Alright, let's see. I did do 9 across, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Step out 1. Like so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like so. Okay. Very good. All right, let's see how that spacing is going to look. I think that's going to look a lot better. Yeah. 15 across is definitely going to look better. All right, we're going to leave that there as our center block between the two. So where the center line is. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fill these in. Okay. And we'll go ahead and get our there we go. That should be as tall as the other one now. Although they're going to go a little bit taller. Probably as high as 50, maybe 60. We'll see. Get that golden ratio going good. If it looks off, it usually is, so just kind of have to have kind of a little bit of an eye for it. Things that don't meet the golden ratio will look off, or look cartoony, or off kilter, so to speak. So If it looks a little bit off, it probably is. So we'll go as tall as we need to go with these. So I like to start with one corner of the build and just kind of figure a lot of this stuff out. Distances and spacing and height and width and all that good stuff. Some people try to start with just a base. They would have built this base all the way out to wherever they thought they needed to go and all the way out there and then squared it in and probably ended up being a little off in the end. So I like to start with a corner, make that corner look right, and then you just expand it out however far you want. Okay. Very good. There we go. All right. Yep, that is going to look pretty good. 15 apart, I think. Otherwise, they've been too close together. And any further apart, I think would look off. With the width of the columns, I think that looks pretty good. Okay. So let's see, what did I do these at? I did these at 50. If I remember correctly, 500 to 550, if I remember correctly. Yep. So these definitely going to go out to 600 at least. Oh, that is not what I wanted. There. We want these smooth. Do I have two of these smooth quartz? I do, don't I? Okay. $600. All right. This one is going to be big. Yep. And I'll track somewhere. There we go. And once again, I got off track. Let's see. All right. good. Okay. That's going to go the other way as well, so we will start a column going the opposite direction as well. Or not the opposite direction, but 90 degree from the corner. Okay. Not too worried about the hollowed space underneath. Nobody's going to see that. Does give us a little ability to build down a little bit for pools and things as we go along. And you're probably thinking this whole thing's going to be filled in with this marble. It's not, because there's going to be stairs going down on the inside as well. It's kind of like a squared donut. And there'll be pools in the center, along with a roundel with columns on it. In the center, okay. All kinds of animals going to be trapped underneath here. Alright. Maybe they'll stop spawning under there. I don't know. I had chickens in the columns of one of my builds over here for a long time. Pigs and chickens. Just kind of got stuck in them for a long time. Back when I built them in the Xbox 360 edition. Now we got the vibrant visuals. All this looks so much more interesting. Okay. And this one, no. Felt like I skipped one there for a second. All right, now then, I'll do these 15 apart. So go ahead and space this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Make sure that is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spaces. Okay. Okay. Nope. There we go. Very good. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. And there's our nice little center line that way. This will help us get our corner firmly established. And this will also help us get our second row of columns going here too, because it's going to help establish how far out this way our second stairs are going to start. They're going to start somewhere probably right around in there going down. So. Okay. Those 30 high for now. So this these sides won't get much thicker. In other words, this will come out a little bit. This part will come out this way, but that center area is going to have stairs going down. So. All makes sense once we get everything spaced out the way we want it. Which is why I start in the corner. Figure all that out. There we go. Okay. Just leave these columns hollow, because they'll have water flowing down them eventually inside. Okay. Now then, we need to go from here, which is 150, out to 100. Right? Yep. And pig, get out of the way. There we go. That'll work. All right. Okay. All right, now we need to space these out 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Goes 9 across. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, it's our center line again. This is markers, so they won't stay there. Definitely getting some reflection off that gold block though. Look at that. Very nice. From the moonlight. Alright, probably need to grab some torches. Let's see, where are our torches? Torches. There we go. We got some blue ones too. Soul torches. I think we'll stick with the traditional for now, though. Okay. 1.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be right. There we go. Let's give us a little bit of light in here. Okay. Get our columns going here.
Jealous of the things I've done, 'cause I have made my way through the better days. I will not be angry if you walk away.
All right.
'Cause it just proves that you are not okay. I should have known from the start that I was doing something. I should have known right from the start.
Yep. All right, and finally, okay. Columns are going to be 2 deep from each side. So this establishes our corner here. We'll figure out how deep towards the center we want to go. Once we get all these 4 columns built.
Just listen. That's the way computers talk to each other.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Columns don't take too long to build this way. A lot of repetitive stuff, but you have the basic design down. It's pretty easy to just repeat on each one of these. Go ahead and put a torch up on these too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So when it does get dark again, we'll have a little bit of that lit up Coliseum look. There we go. Probably space these about, torches probably about 5 apart on each one of them as we go up. Not too worried about it at the moment, but all right, so let's see, we started at 500 and we need to go over to 50. Like so. And we'll figure out if we need to make that a little bit wider. What do we got on this? 3. So one, 2, 3. That may actually come out to be about perfect. 2, 3. Yep. May actually come out to be about perfect. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think that's what we did from the outside as well. These things tend to mathematically work themselves out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That is going to be just right. So keep going this way. And we know that's going to be our inside corner, so our next block down is going to be right there for our stairs for the inside. Perfect. All right. This build is going to have lots of arches, columns, levels. A lot of water. And definitely going to have quite a bit of scale to it too. All right. Still haven't lost any frames, not a single hundredth of a percentage point, so that's good. Definitely curious to see how far I can push the stream limit. I think we'll be adding Kick into the mix, so baby sheep. All right. How much further? A little bit further. Get 2 more columns in this direction, 2 more columns in the other direction. Okay. How many animals I got under here at the moment? Just a pig and a chicken. So I guess they're kind of wandering out into the sunshine, so that's good. I'm not going to put any light under there, so not worried about any mobs to speak of, simply because this is a peaceful creative map. It's more about the build than anything else on this particular map. It's a flat map anyway, so it's just good for large scale builds. Like the castle, the TARDIS, the train, etc. Alright. Let's go ahead and space this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Very good. Okay. Very good. All right, let's see. These in here. And our columns going here. Perfect. Quite a few of these columns. It's all said and done all the way around. Let's see. Yep. Come on now. Placements is a little bit better than it used to be. There was a time where basically if you went at full speed, it would skip blocks. That was a real pain. Did not do any creative building during that time, simply because it was too frustrating. sheep, you're going to be stuck in there forever. Yeah, unless you despawn. You might despawn. I am not sure. You get pinned in, you might be stuck there. We need to get rid of them. Come on, get out. Go. Go. Skedaddle. Well, you can't. You can't get out, can you? You can't get out, can you? That's alright. You're toast. Alright. Last thing I want to hear is the bleating of that sheep every time I walk by this column from now on. Because I know exactly what that sounds like when you have a column full of sheep. It sounds annoying. Alright. Very good. Alright, let's see here. Go ahead and put torches around this. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay. That is definitely a start. Let me get rid of these. There we go. Leave that gold block there as a marker. And let's go ahead and space out our next one here, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. Get into a groove with it after a while. There is a fair amount of repetition to it. Okay. All right, now then, let's see. These should be 3 apart. And these will be 3 apart as well. So, this is basically going to go like this. And like this. And let's see. Yeah, reflection on that marble looks pretty cool. It's gonna be nice. Be real nice. Okay. Come down one more. And there. Okay. Oops. Okay. And that's basically what the inside corner is going to look like, more or less. Let's see. Go ahead and get our next column base started over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. What am I doing going that direction? That's totally wrong. Let's go this direction. There we go. Okay. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Leave our center line in there. Okay. Chicken. Go. There you go. Hop out. Don't you, chicken? All right. Let's get a couple of these. Pillar base is started here. Very nice. Okay. Well. Let's see. Let's see what calcite's gonna look like down here. Look too bad. Probably want to make that a little bit wider, but yeah, not too bad. That's probably going to line our pools. Something like that. And then we might do like quartz bricks or something. The internal outline, maybe. Yeah, might not look too bad. Thinking about it a little bit. We'll see. Okay, let's go ahead and do our pillars. And top of the pillars will be just like this, except upside down. Okay. Yep. Be a very white build. Very light color, off-white, grayish, light gray, or what do you want to call it? Mixed in with some blue water. Probably line the bottom of our pools with some blue as well. Some light blue. Maybe some of our prismarine blocks of some type. I'll look up how I used to do some of those Greek statues too, because those those were quite nice additional decorations to the build. For the life of me, I've forgotten how to make them now. It's been too many years. It's been a good, well, at least a decade. So I built one, so I have to see if I can find those again. So I never did record how I made them, so I have to figure out, go back and watch that Total Miner tour video again and see if I can find those statues again. Worst comes to worst, I can always load up the Total Miner World one night and figure them out again. All right. I get a few torches around the sides here. Okay. There we go. Just about got it 3 in each direction, but and we'll definitely be going over at least one more, so it'll be 4, and then after our 4th column, we go up into a big archway. A big archway. Seriously, how you critters keep getting stuck in here? See if we can get you to go out. Yeah, there you go. Go out. Okay. So yeah, I think probably be doing creative building on an early night of the week, like Monday or Tuesday night. Technically it's Tuesday morning now, since it's after 12 midnight. Probably be doing creative building early in the week. A little bit of creative building. Just keep my hand in it. Survival builds will probably be weekends mostly, I would say. Didn't stream this weekend, so having too many sleep issues. So last few days have been kind of rough. Trying to sort out my insomnia. Frankly, might as well have streamed when I was awake, but hopefully I can get that sorted out now. Try to get a good life-work balance going on. We shall see. All right. Very nice. Okay. Definitely be doing a fourth column out this way. And then figuring out total height of these. Probably go up another 30, I'm thinking. Those look about half height. Let's see. See if we go up to 60, what they look like. That would be at 60 there. That's probably going to be about right. Let's see, we'll go ahead and get one side of this built out and just see. Might as well go ahead and figure out the height thing. Okay. Give us a general idea anyway. All right. Let's see. Yep, think that's going to look about right, height-wise. Up to our second layer, anyway. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and light this up a little bit. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can't put any on that side. 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's looking pretty good height-wise. Okay. Go ahead and get these all the way up. Mysterious music in Minecraft, like there's supposed to be a dungeon or something around here. It's a flat map, there's not. Might be the seed location causing that, who knows. What's going on, Mag? How you doing today? Still there? You got bumped out. There we go. Just got home, feel dead. Rough day at work, huh? I have not been to bed yet. Haven't been streaming much in the last 4 days, simply because I was suffering from insomnia, something terrible, and wasn't getting anything done really. Just feeling dead tired all the time, which happens to me occasionally. Just these bad bouts of insomnia, and try to go to sleep and just can't do it. And I probably should just got up and come stream, but just trying to get sleep so I could get up and go dash during the day, and just didn't happen. So. But tonight, starting on a new build of an old build that I did in a variation of in Total Miner. I don't remember if you remember the Total Miner map that I did, but basically it's going to be something along the same lines as that was. With the columns and the arches and the water pools and the flowing water and the statues and so forth in it. So just getting a little bit of an idea of where I want everything spaced out right now with the columns. And of course this will be the center of the thing out here. I think I lost you again. Oh, why? It keeps showing you dropped out of chat. There you are. Yeah, every day is a rough day at that place at the moment. I did a whoopsie today. Forgot I was taking Mom to the hospital appointment after work, so I took my bicycle to work. Oh, finished work and phone reminded me about my appointment, so I didn't think the ride's that. Oh, man. That's a bit of a journey on bike, isn't it? 15-20 minute by car, or is it 15-20 minute by bike from home to work? Or did you make Mom ride the handlebars? Yeah, I don't really miss having an office job. Miss the money, don't miss the office job. Twitch bug of showing you dropping? Yeah, probably screw up my statistics tonight, I'm sure. Right, analytics, I should say. Thinking about adding Kick to the mix, as well, so I'll be doing tri-stream instead of a dual stream. Haven't started it yet, but I do have a Kick account, as well as I did set up a Trovo, but looking more into Trovo, it looks like it's pretty much Eastern Europeans on Trovo these days, and not much else. So I think I found like 3 English channels on Trovo total after I filtered out for English after I created an account. I was like, well, that's a little disappointing. Mom's is a short distance, sprinted to hers, took her car, made it to the appointment with a minute to go. Well, good, man. I'm glad you got there okay. Didn't scare poor old Mom to half to death driving though, right? Hopefully. Okay, that's 60. Seems like a pretty good height at the moment. Do most days regardless. Scare your mom half to death. Yeah, I hear you, man. I think one of the last times my mom rode in the car with me when she was still herself. She was nervous. I took her out in the Miata, as a matter of fact. Just drove her around the neighborhood. Didn't think I was driving fast or reckless or anything like that, but made her a little nervous. I don't know, maybe being in a small car, which was kind of ironic because she always wanted an MG for the longest time in her life. That was her dream car. She wanted one of the old MGs from like 30s or 40s, I guess 1940s MG. In racing green. She wanted it in British racing green. I always thought one day I'll buy Mom that MG, but never got to it. That was written into her hidden TNC when she had me. She's used to... I hear you. Terms and conditions, yeah. Here's what you get to expect being my mom. I hear you. I hear you. Well, you gotta enjoy them while you still got them, man. My mom hasn't been around for quite a few years now. I would love to put at least one more scare into my mom if I could. Oh well.
Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current.
Anyway, glad you got there okay.
You can have.
Take it your driving's gotten a little bit better since you drove in Britain. Because do you even own a car? I never did ask you if you bought a car or not once you started driving. I don't know how much you get to actually drive.
Stop hitting me.
And on the other hand, you're so expensive. You should have thought about that before you planned me, son. You were planned. I just had fun and you happened. Oh, thanks, Dad. Well, that's pretty much how all kids come around. Every kid's an accident, whether your parents tell you that or not. You know, it's just the truth of the matter. It's like very few people actually plan for children, especially my generation. You know, we didn't do the whole oh, she's ovulating, gotta make a baby type thing. Every kid was a accident, and hopefully a happy accident. Mine were, but you know, hopefully all parents feel that way. Other than, you know, feeling like your kid's a burden. Or some of these Gen Z types seem to want to be part-time parents. I've noticed. Have a Toyota Aqua, Japanese version of Prius C. She flies. Prius, that's the electric car, right? Or is that the hybrid? I can't remember if Prius is a hybrid. I think it's a hybrid. Hybrid, yeah. A lot of hybrids on the roads these days. Teslas are getting to be the kind of the norm around here. You don't really see Prius anymore like you used to. It's pretty much all Teslas around here. Seeing quite a few of the Cybertrucks these days. A lot of them around here. Seeing quite a few different colors of them too. Toyota RAV4 hybrid. Yeah, Toyota makes a good vehicle. You just have to be careful about what year. Some of their newer stuff is not as good as it used to be. I am not so much of an electric guy because I don't want to have to replace those batteries in 5 years. Or however long they're lasting now, because I don't think they're lasting too long, and they're expensive. They're almost a good portion of the cost of the vehicle these days, those batteries. about the only thing you got to replace on electrics other than tires and brakes and such, but I think everything else pretty much lasts. But batteries are quite expensive, and like all lithium ions, they're not cheap, and they don't last more than 5 years for a max charge. After that, they got to be replaced. Warranty is 10 years or 100,000 kilometers. Mine is on. Yeah, I noticed with the Prius, the hybrids, you tend to start using more and more gas over time as the batteries start going down. But at least with the hybrid, you can still go. And you can get a little bit further than you can with just a battery car. I would definitely look at a hybrid before I looked at a purely 2,500 per sale. Yeah, that sounds about right. Which after about 5 years is about the worth of the car. Unfortunately, there was a flood of them on the market there. I know about 5 years after the Prius came out, you could find them just about everywhere used for next to nothing. For I think the most I saw them going for was like $5,000-$6,000 US, and a lot of people were just getting rid of them when they were starting to use more gas than anything else. But they've probably gotten a little better over time. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what a new Prius is like, because I just don't see them. Just don't see them. Most of the electric cars I see these days, well, there are probably a lot more hybrids on the road these days. I just don't know all the names of them. Prius was about the only one I recognized back in the day, but don't really see those anymore. Occasionally see an old one on the road. Mileage. Yeah, they get a fair bit of mileage on them too after 5 years, but people I've talked to that have had them, there's like, yeah, they just started using more gas than they used to after about 5 years, so they got rid of them. Some people are like, yeah, I'm just going to go back to gasoline, and some of them are like, wait for the Teslas, so seeing a lot of Tesla drivers these days. Which I don't know how those will hold up over long term, but I know you can get some used Tesla deals out there now. Some of the what do they call them, the S model or whatever it was, one of the earlier ones that came out. There's quite a few of those out there used now. I think it's the S model. I'm not really sure. I'm not an electric car guy, so I don't keep up with them. I know what they look like when I see them, and I know the Cybertruck fairly well because I saw a lot of those. Talked to a lot of people who are like, yeah, I've got that on pre-order. So there were quite a lot of them around the job at my last job when they came out finally. They even did a big electric car day thing at work where you could go out and test drive. I think a lot of the dealers brought out test models for people to drive and try out during their lunch period, you know, because they knew there were a lot of people there were looking to get those expensive electric Teslas. Put $50 a month into your car gas-wise still. When I was petrol, it was $100 a month, so I'm happy at the moment. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Well, I use quite a bit more than that since I do food delivery. I'm filling up pretty much every other day. It's still not too bad. It's like 20 something bucks, fill it up, and I use pure gasoline in my car. I don't use the ethanol. I don't like the fact that it dries out the seals on the engine. I had too many, when ethanol came out, I had too many cars that were dying early because they were leaking like crazy because of all the ethanol and like mixed in with the gas. Alcohol just does nothing but dry out rubber seals, so I try to avoid it and use pure gasoline from now on. After I talked to a mechanic about it, he was like, yeah, it's that ethanol, it's killing the seals in your engines. Charging network simply isn't there in New Zealand. It's not there anywhere, man. Even the U.S. It's like we don't have that many charging stations. We're starting to see more and more of them, but still, you go most places. You go on a road trip, you really got to plan ahead where you're going to stop and charge for half an hour or whatever it is to charge at a charging station. You darn well better make sure that you have adapters if you have anything other than a Tesla these days. I think even Tesla switched up what their plug-ins for their electrics were at one point, I think. And it needs to be a set standard for electric vehicle for charging stations. It's kind of like VHS versus Betamax versus, half a dozen other styles out there right now. Remember, I think of hydrogen, all I think of is hydrogen explosion when somebody rear-ends the car. Well, you can do hydrogen cells, which are extremely safe. Hydrogen gets a bad rap because everybody thinks of the Hindenburg when they think of hydrogen, but that was basically just hydrogen stored in little more than a plastic bag, and even then it wouldn't have exploded if they hadn't created static electricity by dragging their mooring lines along the ground, which is where they screwed up, creating all this static electricity, which sparked off the hydrogen. But hydrogen fuel cells are actually very, very safe. In fact, they say that probably more safe than a gas tank on a car. But I know they've done a lot of work with hydrogen batteries and so forth. Liquid fuel cells and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Probably be the best way to do it because hydrogen is renewable. We can literally create fuel from water, which is the most abundant element on the earth. It's probably where we're going to end up having to go because there's just not enough lithium in the world to create enough batteries. I mean, if we all converted over to electric vehicles tomorrow, only the very, very rich would have electric vehicles if we had to rely on lithium ion, because lithium ion would get to be so incredibly expensive. Just for the batteries alone, you'd probably be paying $100,000 for the vehicle, at least. Work converted a few of their trucks to electric batteries to test them. They're now converting them to hydrogen. Now more charging stations are popping up around New Zealand. Yeah, hydrogen is the way of the future. Lithium ion, it's not abundant enough to be long lasting. I mean, you think about it, it's not just cars, it's everything's got lithium batteries. Even my freaking little e-cigs got the same batteries they put in electric cars are in these things. When they do battery packs in the Prius, use these, this is green so you can't see it real well, but that's an 18650 battery. These particular ones are made by Samsung in Japan. Quite good batteries, but it's the same thing that they have these in packs in the cells of those hybrid cars. That's what the bumper stickers. I bought this before Elon went crazy. I don't think Elon's crazy. I think he's just trying to do his part, and he's catching a lot of flack for it. I mean, frankly, who isn't against getting rid of government waste unless you're taking advantage of the government waste? So, I think he's doing all right. But, you know me, I don't like to get political on here. But, hearing about some of the stuff they're finding. I'm glad they're finding it because, I mean, we all know as Americans, we all know our government's extremely wasteful because, you know, when the Pentagon spends, you know, $500 on a hammer for our military, and that's after they develop it. Now, I can understand if they're trying to find the perfect hammer for, you know, a certain situation or whatever, they might have to develop it, but to produce it after that, it should be a lot cheaper than the initial experimentation or testing or what have you. Shouldn't cost $500 a hammer after that. And, you know, that's just an old example that we're all familiar with here in America, that, you know, government wastes money left and right. That's been going on my entire life. Government's been wasting money. So it's good that, you know, somebody's finally taking an initiative to try to trim back on some of that stupid pork we've got in the government. It's the first time they've ever actually tried to trim back, because previously all administrations, whether they be, you know, Republican or Democrat, have always increased spending time and time again. And it's about time we stop doing that, because that's not sustainable either. You know, it's just like, you know, anything else in this world. It's got its limitations. You keep spending more and more each year, things are eventually going to collapse. It's just going to happen. And if America collapses, a lot of the countries are going to go with it. So it's good for America. It's good for other countries if we stop overspending on ridiculous things we don't need to be spending money on. So that way, one of our allies actually does need real help in the future, we can afford to do it. But we gotta get rid of the bloat. Way too much of it. It's always been too much of it in my lifetime, and you know, we look at our deficit go up and up by trillions every year, and it's just not. You just can't keep doing that. Just can't do it. Yeah, I've always considered myself to be economically very conservative as far as government goes. They should be spending a lot less money. This TED Talk was brought to you by Diamondback. Yeah, well, you know, it's just common sense when you think about it. You know, if your government spends more and more each year, it's going to eventually collapse. It's going to collapse the economy. Yeah, they're doing a lot of things I'm not real happy about, like, you know, they're supposed to be investigating a few things that they say they were going to investigate, and we're not seeing any progress in that. And what else? Well, I mean, you know, depends on where you stand on some other issues, but whether they're doing good or not. But the economy is my main concern. Don't want that to collapse, because if that collapses, everything else does too. So no such thing as common sense when you're spending other people's money. Exactly. And that's how Congress has been for, you know, decades, is they spend money like drunken sailors, and they need to quit. They need to quit spending money. And I don't care what side of the aisle they're on, they all need to quit spending so much damn money. They need to be a little bit more like budget conscious, like most of us have to be. I mean, we can't go out and spend. I know I can't go out and spend money like a drunken sailor. Neither can you. And, you know, frankly, government ought to be the same way. They ought to be pinching every damn penny and trying to economize as much as possible. I think all governments need to do that, not just the U.S. Otherwise, they'll just keep taxing the crap out of us until we're bled dry. So we're basically working to, you know, prop up every stupid little thing they want to fund, because, you know, it gets them reelected. That's basically what all these little pork bills come down to, is, you know, you make, you know, congressman says, oh yeah, we'll create this bill, spend all this money, and it'll make XYZ happy, and they'll get reelected. And that's all they really care about. Because, you know, they all come in making $175 a year, more or less, and within a couple of years, they're all multimillionaires miraculously. And then I'd love to know how a congressman can make multiple millions in a few short years when their salary is only a little bit more than what I was making last year. Love to know how they do that and do it honestly. They don't. So I think all that needs to be investigated as well. And like I said, I don't care what side of the aisle they're on. If they're multimillionaires and they're only making $175 a year working in Congress, then that needs to be investigated. Definitely. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Anyway, enough about that. Politics are boring. There's a game you should definitely check out on Steam. I don't know if you've heard of it. You may already have it. There's a game out there you'd probably really enjoy since you seem to enjoy Repo so much, called the Headliners. And basically you go around photographing an alien invasion of Earth. So you go on these missions. You have to make so much money taking pictures without getting killed of these aliens in the streets of these various cities. And you upgrade your equipment just like you do in Repo and so forth. Since you seem to enjoy that style of game, at least when I watched you did. Definitely check out the Headliners. It's on Steam. I think it's like $8 on Steam. I think you'd really like that one. I definitely plan on getting it at some point, and hopefully start playing some more PC stuff on here. But that'd be a great multiplayer game. It's single player and multiplayer, but it'd be a great multiplayer game, just like Repo. You'll definitely want to check that one out. The Headliners. If you haven't already heard of it, you might have already heard of it. There's quite a few games like that that don't see streamed a whole lot, but when they are, they're really fun to watch. So, added to watch list, yeah. Like I said, check out a few videos of it. It's really good. It's fun to watch, and it's got a lot of humor in it, like Repo does. Maybe a little bit better than Repo, to be honest with you. Definitely added it to my wish list on Steam, so pick it up eventually. Just don't know how well I'm going to be able to stream and play on the same PC. And I think the minimal requirements for the game were like a 1060 level card, which unfortunately my 1060 died. I got a 1050 Ti. It might be good enough to play it, but I'll find out. Would definitely love to get another video card eventually, but and get another PC going, but that's a monetary thing, and it's not in the budget right now. Can't spend money like a drunken sailor. Maybe if eventually I can get one of these channels monetized, I'll have a little more disposable income to do stuff like that and get more games and build out some better equipment and that sort of thing. If that happens. Surprised I like Repo. Hate the likes of Phasmophobia, but loved Repo. Think it was more who I play with. Yeah, a lot of that has to do with who you play with, too. You get a good group of people together playing a game like, well, any of those, really. And you just have a lot more fun. I mean, you know, stuff like that's really not made for single play. It's definitely made for the group. And like I said, you guys seem to have a blast when you're playing Repo, so. Yeah, it was a very entertaining stream too. So when I saw the headliners, I was like, yeah, that's one Mag would really like, especially playing with friends. Have a good time doing that. I definitely want to pick that one up. Even if I don't play it anytime soon, I'd love to pick it up. Especially since it's only $8, you know. Definitely worth the $8. A lot of clips came from Repo, yeah. Well, like I said, check out the headliners. I think you'll find that one's just right up your alley. Or is the same thing. Get a good group of people together, that one would be a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment. A lot of entertainment, a lot of replay value in that. I'm not sure how many maps are actually in the thing, but you know, the amount of money you gotta generate from the pictures grows with each level, so. Alright, those are looking pretty good. Okay. Yeah, something you can generate a lot of clips from too. It's pretty handy. Now, now I got you here, let me ask you a question about Mix It Up, because I'm reading chat and Mix It Up. Yeah, I was looking to see what kind of games they had built into this thing, and I was thinking they had some games like we used to have with Squirtbot, but I'm not seeing them in here. So, am I wrong, or are they missing from Mix It Up? Does it not have any games built into it? At the moment, it does. It does have games in it. Okay, maybe I'm just not looking in the right place for them. Play a lot of Forza and Call of Duty with a friend. Need to get more back into other games. Yeah. Yeah, if you can find about 4 or 5 people to stream with, and just have a good time, and they can stream at the same time. That's it's kind of like the dynamic I always enjoyed, was streaming with other people at the same time. Not be such a solo act all the time. Yeah, I'll have to gotta figure out some more of this Mix It Up. So it has games kind of like roulette and 8-ball and all that kind of stuff. So I was looking in there. Like commands, a lot of them are like plugins. Hold up, I'll send you a screenshot on how mine are set up. It's been a long time. Yeah, you can send it to the Discord if you want. Stick it in Discord, And I will definitely take a look at that because I want to figure out the stupid mix it up. Let's see. So you have to download the plugins, or do you have to just create them yourself? And if there's a good source of information on those, let me know. Definitely like to get a lot more of them in there. Love to know if there's some kind of like rank system you can create in there too. Like I used to have with the Apprentice, and they have in App Store where you can just add what other creators have made. There is too for the rank. I heard my dog making a noise. Oh, nice. Okay, but you have to add all that stuff then, I'm assuming. Or create it yourself or what have you. Definitely want to get all that added in. And I'm guessing they have some kind of monetization thing you can probably get in there too as well. Like set up some kind of donation thing eventually. Okay. I'll switch to PC. All right, man. I'll see you in a minute. Is that 5? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I decided just to go all the way up on all sides. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think this height's gonna look pretty good. Okay. There, puppy dog. All right. Go ahead and get another one of these started on this side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. There we go. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's better. All right, I hear you, man. Are you working from your phone or something? Watching from your phone, I should say. I hate trying to communicate over a phone. Gotta have a keyboard if I'm gonna type very much. Otherwise, it gets very tiring very quickly. Was crashed on sofa watching you on PS5 and chatting on phone, boot up PC that I'm hardly on these days and get you bought stuff. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's a kind of a pain if you gotta put all that stuff in with the what do you call it? Controller. My messages on Xbox always tended to be rather short. Let's see. I think I got your thing here. Let me look at it. Mix it up wiki. Okay, yeah, I'd heard about the wiki. Didn't know what the address was, so that's good to have that. Definitely will do a little more research into that. Yeah, it's funny when I launched my OBS tonight, it was like telling me about all these overlays I could use when I was trying to just launch the stream on Twitch and YouTube, and I was like, why the crap is it bothering me about overlays now? It's like I've got all the overlays I'm going to use. Pretty much I'm pretty much a minimalist when it comes to streams. I don't have to have borders around every little thing I'm doing, you know. The game doesn't need a border, I don't need a border. It's like, make it as non-intrusive as I can, but all these places want you to use their overlays and stuff. Which I always think is kind of funny, considering I'm pretty minimalist when it comes to overlays. It's like I had to click around all this stuff in OBS tonight when I was starting off. It's like, holy crap, where'd all this come from? Must be something they did with their latest update, I guess. Yeah, I noticed Discord's gotten bad about that sort of thing too, pushing stuff like that. Like, that's all well and good if you want to do stuff like that, but if you don't need to be pestered about it either. I'll definitely look into that wiki and see what I can find. Hopefully it's not too convoluted. I know some wikis are good and some wikis are bad. Oh, too far. PS5. Do you see where PlayStation is going to start implementing a good behavior policy in games? Kind of calling it like it's that Chinese metric they use in China for people. If you don't have a certain social score, you can't ride trains and stuff in China. Start doing something like that on PlayStation, where you won't be able to play games unless you have a certain social standing on PlayStation. Generated quite the uproar here lately. Saying PlayStation's implementing a China-style social score for the PlayStation Network. A lot of unhappy people with that right now. Discord just replaced their founder as CEO and replaced him with his former CFO of Activision Blizzard is lining up for IPOs. That's why they are pushing for our sweet money. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me none. They'll probably start charging for Discord pretty soon. It's like everything we've had for free for years. They'll start slowly taking it away or start saying, oh, well, you got to pay a basic fee now to use Discord. And then we'll just have to find something better. I thought Discord was open source, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought somebody had looked into that once before and said, well, since Discord's open source, they really can't start charging you for it. But maybe they can with all the plugins and crap. I don't know. I mean, I remember when TeamSpeak was, TeamSpeak has just changed their UI, maybe returned to the king. I don't know. TeamSpeak got pretty bad, apparently. That's what I started using when I started playing early 2000s with other people on the PC. We used TeamSpeak. And then I got away from playing with other people online for a long time, and when I came back, it's like, where's TeamSpeak? And everybody's like, oh, nobody uses that anymore. We all use Discord. I'm like, okay, what's Discord? It's like the only one I'd been familiar with was TeamSpeak for a long time. When I went to played mainly on Xbox, we used the Xbox Live on the 360, which was pretty good back then. Group chat, single chat, all that sounded really good on the Xbox 360, and then he went over to the Xbox One, and that just went all to heck. Sounded terrible. And TeamSpeak, Skype. Yes, I skipped over the Skype thing. The only place I used Skype was in work for a little. Yeah, Skype wasn't secure though. Unfortunately, with Skype, people get your IP address and then they just DDoS the hell out of you. So, Because I think we had this discussion early on Beam. People were saying, "Oh, let me give you a Skype call." It's like, no, we don't do that because that gives away people's IP addresses. Send a full pirate movies over a call. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of pirated movies, I've noticed quite a few people illegally showing movies on YouTube here lately, and doing it to get their view counts up. I've noticed a number of copies of Minecraft the movie popping up on YouTube lately. Usually with some kind of distortion to the video, or they'll zoom in, or something going on. I've seen it twice now where somebody has posted the entire movie on YouTube, as well as occasionally the latest Sonic movie or something like that. People with channels that aren't doing that great, and they just get this tremendous boost from 100,000 views, or sometimes 1 point something million views from posting a pirated movie on their channel. I was like, what are you thinking? You just get your channel deactivated, most likely, from that as soon as YouTube catches on. They're trying to beat the AI triggers by distorting the video and stuff. I think it's crazy. Crazy stuff. Microsoft bought Skype. They decided it'd be a great idea to take Skype technology and run Xbox One parties with it. Why those parties sound like shit. Yeah, I would probably explain why they're not any good anymore. Xbox parties sound like garbage these days, which is why I never get in them anymore. Be different if I had like a handful of people I wanted to play with in a game and I wasn't streaming. But if I was streaming, I'd be, yeah, we're using Discord, or we're using TeamSpeak or something like that. Had people always trying to get me to join their parties while I was streaming on Mixer. Beam/Mixer. Just imagine well, probably within the next year or so, you mention Mixer or Beam, and nobody, half of who you talk to on a stream won't even know what you're talking about. Things tend to be kind of cyclic, and these younger players come along and they're like, they think anything before they started playing video games just didn't exist. They have no interest in the history of how anything occurred. So we'll mention Skype, and we'll mention TeamSpeak, and they'll be like, what? What is that? Probably a lot of them already don't know what TeamSpeak is. Tends to be the way it goes. But yeah, start talking about Mixer probably a couple more years. It's been gone for about, what, 4.5, almost 5 years now. So give it probably a couple more years, and the majority of people won't know. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Even though it was on Xbox on their main page for quite a while. Young kids will have never heard of it. Won't be long. Yeah, I never was a big Skype user. Never really cared for it, to be honest. And companies I worked for that used it for a short period of time were like, they found all the security flaws in it, and they were like, yeah, we can't use that anymore, and they switched over to Teams, I think it was, or maybe it's something before we used Teams. I can't remember now. Skype was kind of short-lived in government contracts because of the security issues. And of course, you know, private corporations might be a little different. They may not be as security conscious as government contractors have to be, but since I did all government contract work for a long time, it's like all that stuff was like, yeah, as soon as it got to be questionable security wise, we got rid of it. Wasn't even allowed to be on the machines. All right. These built up, and then I think you can go away now. Amped up reflections a little bit. They look pretty good. All right, keep that center marker in there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All the way around here. I think I'm gonna probably try to go see the new Mission Impossible movie with the wife. She wants to go see that. I want to go see the new Wes Anderson movie when it comes out. What's it called? Can't think of the name of it now. Like Wes Anderson flicks, although his last one wasn't that great. The one with the alien thing in it. New one looks like it might be better though. My favorite's always going to be the Royal Tenenbaums. It's my second favorite, Wes Anderson, and I think my absolute favorite is Life Aquatic. Went and saw Mission Impossible the day it came out on first date. I hear you, man. What'd you think of it? I haven't seen it yet, so I've heard mixed reviews. Frankly, I'd go see it just for Katie Atwell. As far as I'm concerned, stick her in a movie, I'll go see the movie. I will definitely go see anything she's in. Oh, Haley Atwell, that's her name, Haley Atwell. The only reason I watched that Peggy Carter show when it was on was because she was in it. Was alright. It gave very James Bond, No Time to Die vibes of Tom Cruise saying goodbye. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Well, we get to be where we have. I like all the Mission Impossible movies. I've seen of them all up till the very last one. So, it's always rough when you got to say goodbye to a character. Although they throw enough money at Tom Cruise, he'd probably do another one, I bet. I bet he would do another one. He just needs to be careful about doing all these stunts at his age. Your date found it boring? That's unfortunate. My wife's actually interested in seeing it, but I think she enjoyed I think she really enjoyed the last one. She wanted to see the second part when it came out. So, because I mentioned going to the movies to see the new movie coming out, and she thought I was talking about Mission Impossible. I was like, it was just after that commercial for the new Wes Anderson movie played. She had more fun than dinner we had afterwards. Yeah, I hear that. Feed them, make them happy. What you got to do. Some women are not so much into the action flicks. My wife, she doesn't mind some of them. She likes the Mission Impossibles, though. She's enjoyed those. They've kept her interest. I've always enjoyed them. I thought they were pretty good movies. I also like free food, so I really don't blame her. Free for her, but not for you. You're paying, though, I assume. You know, that free food kind of goes away once you get married. It's coming out of somebody's pocket on, you know, out of the same finances, more or less. So, yeah, this one's not working right. I gotta do something. I gotta get me a new, tank for that thing. It doesn't. It's either the tank or the mod. I'm not sure which. Doesn't always fire off like it should. I've had that one a long time. Thought I had some newer equipment around, but I was working my last job. I got to where I was buying disposable vapes for a long time, and kind of got away from using the big mods, and lost track of where I packed a lot of that stuff. So this is the only one I've found so far. I bought this one at a vape shop just so I'd have something to carry around. I was using those disposables for a long time because I really liked the flavor and I could afford it at the time, but I can't afford to use the disposables anymore. So back to refillables again. Flavor's not as good, but it's a lot more economical for me. What kind of food did you have on your date? And is this a girl you've been seeing for a while, or is this a new thing, or? Or maybe it's just a one night date type thing. I know how those are too. There's a few girls I went out with once or twice and never did date again. I guess these days that's a lot more common though, especially with apps. A lot of people meet up for one date and never see each other again. Talking for about a month, not official. Well, that's cool. I assume she's a local girl to where you're at. Probably makes it a lot easier. Unlike in long distance things that don't ever seem to work out. About an hour away, but better than the last one. Yeah. Well, the girl you were talking to in Scotland, I think it was, for a long time. That was definitely long distance to the extreme. I mean, I thought a state away was long distance, but you took it to a new level with that. I was like, holy crap, how's that work? Takes baby, I need my space to a whole new level. Oh, a child's involved. Yeah, you gotta be real careful with that. Real careful with that. Pre-made families is like a whole other level of commitment. You gotta know what you're getting into with that. Definitely gotta know what you're getting into with that. Because I had a very similar situation. Well, dating wise, in college I had a very similar situation, and then of course I married my wife, who already had a son. No father in his life whatsoever, but it was a ready-made family when I married my wife. So, and eventually I adopted my son. So that's definitely a lot more than just a standard type relationship, although fairly common these days, I would imagine. Last one was 3 hours away. Realized I was dating a Karen after a few months, so ended it. Yeah, those are the worst, man. I know the type. Never dated them, but I know the type. Yeah, the bossy type. Never was attracted to that. I like to be on equal footing with my wife on things. We make decisions about everything together, but I never liked dating a woman that felt like she should be in charge of everything, or make all the decisions, or have her way in every single thing. Drives you nuts. Just can't deal with that. It's like, hey, I'm all about fairness. We'll discuss and decide on something we want to do together if we go out and have dinner or whatever. I always ask my wife, where do you want to eat? She's like, I don't know. That's pretty typical. And I make suggestions, like, you know, she'll say, I don't know, anything's fine. And I'll say, well, how about this? And she's like, no, I don't want that. And I was like, well, how about this? And she's like, no, I don't want that. Well, where do you want to eat? I don't know. I'm open. Drives me nuts. But if she was like, we're going to eat here and nowhere else, and that's the way it's going to be, then I'm like, no, thank you. Got to at least both agree on a place. But yeah, I know what you mean by the Karen type too. That's Karens are rough. Want to speak to your manager? That and people that are rude to staff. Can't stand people that are rude to staff. I don't care. I don't care if they're male or female. It's like there are some guys that I've refused to go have lunch with simply because they were rude to. I witnessed them being rude to staff somewhere, and it's like, never again. It's like, not going to go have lunch with you again, man. You're not cool. Not cool. Never really had any dates act like that, thank God, because I would probably left him at the restaurant. Told him never to call me again. But yeah, I can't stand people that are rude to staff. Of course, I can't stand rude staff either. I don't like going in a place and being treated rudely. Always try to be friendly to everybody I meet. Starbucks seems to hire Karens. They seem to feel they should be treated like kings and queens there. Every time I turn around, there's another video about somebody at Starbucks working there, thinking that they should get paid for nothing. And paid way better than most of us with degrees make. But I avoid Starbucks like the plague anyway. I can't stand Starbucks. Coffee is terrible. Alright, let's see here. That's about got the start. This is just a corner of this thing right here. It's going to go quite a ways around and around, and of course this center part's going to have all the pools in it and so forth. And probably going to get one more column over here, and then we're going to start a big archway until we get to the second section. And thank you for the follow there, Rose. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. So yeah, if you saw the Total Miner video on YouTube, this is pretty much the same build I did way back in Total Miner. Hey Rose, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. I hope you're doing well. Just working on a new build for my creative map. Let's see. This is my creative map where I do a lot of my creative builds, and I like to do really big mega builds. I'll give you a quick tour around in case you haven't seen it before. There's my TARDIS that used to be as big as you can make one. Not anymore. Pretty well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Of course, my castle, which a lot of people are familiar with, because it used to show up pretty much all the time when people would Google Minecraft castles, so that one's pretty well known. And mansion I got over here, a train, Got my bus over here. My double-decker bus. Where am I from? I'm from southeastern part of the U.S. I'm a good old southern boy. And Mag, who's been one of my mods for, a long time, Mag. I don't know how many years now. Probably 7 or 8 years when I was on Mixer. And he's in New Zealand. And that's my P40 Warhawk, which I'm in the process of changing out the green wool for green concrete on this one. So, and updating it a little bit. Added a few little details to it. Yeah, I'm a southern boy in the U.S. Have been all my life. How about you, Rose? What country are you from? We got people from all over in here sometimes. Old number 7. That was a fun little build. Probably need to update this one at some point too, because it has a lot of green wool in it too. I'd like to replace with concrete. I think I was working on it at one point, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is concrete, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm working on a new build, new massive Coliseum / temple type thing. Which I've done before. I'll show you the other one. I didn't go over here to this one. Let me go over to this one real quick. Show you that one. I did another style temple over here, which is based on a mausoleum in India. That's where I got the main idea of the design for. This one, quite popular. Pretty good size as well. The Greek / Roman style is going to be probably quite a bit bigger than this. And then I did do another one in a Roman style that's back over here. I actually built in one day. I built it on my birthday one day. Just see how many hours it would take me to build something from start to finish. And I think I built it in like 7 or 8 hours. Building a quick, easy Google Doc for me. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, there you go. That'll work. And this one's Temple of Aquarius over here. Built the little garden out here and the temple here in about 7 or 8 hours on my birthday one year. All these were built on 360 except for the one I'm building today. So, limitations on blocks back then. Is why you see a lot of the choices in blocks that I had at the time. Why this was made with wool instead of concrete back then, because didn't have concrete until we got Bedrock Edition of Minecraft on the Xbox One. Started doing quite a bit with concrete. Need to probably update this one from wool as well at some point. But we built what we had at the time. There was a little spaceship I just kind of free-handed at one time. And I used to do a lot of redstone experimentation stuff at one time too. Half of that probably doesn't work anymore. And sooner or later I'm going to put me a little bit more put me a little bit more Star Wars stuff in here. I never did finish that either. Anyway, yeah, just started on this one tonight. Just working out a little design to get this thing going, and spacing and so forth. Those little gold blocks are just basically for measuring, measuring stuff at the moment. Get some of these columns and things done in this corner here, and then just kind of expand all the way around. Also do survival maps as well. Got quite a few builds. If you go back and watch a bunch of my other streams on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel as well. I'm dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube at this point, so everything I do on Twitch also goes to YouTube, and all my past videos are on YouTube as well. So do a lot of survival builds on my streams. Started doing some more creative because I haven't done any really creative builds other than survival mode in quite some time, and I kind of miss doing some of these really large builds. So I'm going to start doing a little bit more creative builds as well, and kind of talk about some of the design decisions I make as I'm doing them, golden ratio, all that sort of thing. Because Minecraft's kind of my artistic outlet. Not really a great drawer or painter or singer or anything like that, but I do pretty darn good Minecraft builds. Some of which I'm fairly well known for. Especially the P40 Warhawk, which is the largest P40 Warhawk build in all of Minecraft to this day. And my castle is also very well known. It was actually featured by Mojang in one of their online publications at one time. Mainly from my use of lapis as the roofing material. But yeah. You play a lot of Minecraft, Rose, or are you a variety of game player? I play a variety of games as well. Alright, let's see here. I like this design for columns because they look quite good at a distance, and they look good at night. It's a design I came up with a long time ago. Just think they look pretty good. I don't think these are going to get too much bigger than this. Or taller, I should say. There's going to be a top layer to this build as well. A lot of water. These are going to remain hollow because there's going to be water that flows down and through the build as well. I like to do a lot of water features in my builds. I just get the main outline done for now, so get all the spacing worked out, where the columns are going, and all that good stuff. All right. But yeah, Maggie, get that Google Doc done. Just upload it to my Discord, man, and I'll take a look at that and see what I can figure out for the Mix It Up bot and get some new features in that. Definitely like to get it built up like Squirtbot was back in the day. Because I definitely want to be ready for the point where I'm hosting realms and so forth and playing with followers again. That's definitely a goal to have some of those worlds again. So we used to have a lot of fun doing that. Playing on multiplayer maps. It's a live doc, so I will be adding onto it as you need. Alright, sounds cool, man. Appreciate that. You always were the bot expert. Like I said, pretty much all it's doing right now is just monitoring chat. Or, and, I'm trying to say this without butchering your name, Nathali? Nathali? I think is how you say it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hope I didn't butcher your name. Definitely want to get ranks and all that stuff added back into the bot, so may play and see how Mix It Up runs over both platforms. Sounds good, man. Talking about with how it runs with YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Going good. How you doing? I hope I didn't butcher your name. Is it Nathali? Is that how you say it? Hope I didn't butcher the name. Hope you're doing well tonight. Just working on a little new creative build here. Something I started in Total Miner back on the Xbox 360 years ago and decided, you know what, I'm going to do this again in Minecraft and finish the thing. So just getting a little piece of a little corner of this build done tonight. And it'll extend quite a ways out that way and quite a ways out that way. In the center area, I've got basically just a little corner piece lining where we're going to have some pools. Nathali's right? Okay, good. It's given, not chosen, the name is? Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, a lot of us get saddled with things that we don't choose. That's for sure. Let's see. I don't know how deep I want to go with this thing. Maybe one more. Let's see here. Let's figure this out real quick in just this little spot right here. We want to do... maybe white concrete down here. Maybe. Or I might add some lights in here. You never know. And then I think for the bottom... we're going to go with like a prismarine of some kind. Something light blue. What do you do for a living? Well, for the long time, for about 30 years, I was in IT until last September, and that job came to a quick end when they decided to let me go. So now I do basically gig work, so things like DoorDash, stuff like that. So not as lucrative as it used to be, unfortunately. But that's what I do now for the moment until I figure out what my next steps are. I don't know if I want to do IT anymore, to be honest. I have not decided. Let's see. Which block do we want to use for the bottom of this thing? I kind of want to use one of the Guardian Temple blocks. Let's see. Where are the things? Let's see here. Yeah, maybe this one. I'm thinking. There's Marine Bricks. That's what that one's called. And then this is going to get filled with water. Let's see how this looks in the corner, though, for now. Yeah, I don't think that's going to look too bad. And then just fill this thing up with water. So, those will be the standing pools. You're also an artist? Oh, nice. Yeah, this is my only artistic outlet is Minecraft. I am not artistic in any other way except when it comes to building in Minecraft. These are just things I like, and I think I have a fairly decent eye for making things look good. Most of these were built on the 360 version of Minecraft, and then I imported them into Xbox One and eventually into the Bedrock edition of Minecraft. So this used to be the edge of the world on the other side of this train at one point. So I'm actually building out what used to be the edge of the world. But I do like building in Minecraft. I like building large things. So I get an idea for something like building a castle on an angle instead of with flat walls for the sides. So do things like that. Love to show me your art. Yeah, I do have a Discord channel. I don't know if you can get into it at the moment. I got to go through Discord. I just recently set that up again. And I think I used to have it open to people to join, except for, live chat, which I have locked down because of obvious reasons. People often try to say things to get your stream taken down. So once I get to know people or know them as streamers as well, I tend to start adding them to my Discord. But yeah, I like to build in Minecraft, so that's my artistic outlet. But it's my only artistic outlet. Yeah, I definitely love to check out your work, and maybe you can get into my Discord. Mag, do you have the Discord address? See if he can join the regular chat where everybody posted. Might be able to do that. I don't think it's locked down, but like I said, Discord's gone through some updates since the last time I used it, since I started streaming again. There you go. That's it right there. That's the Discord channel. And there should be a section there where you can post, but if you have trouble, let Mag know, because he is a moderator on my Discord as well, so he might be able to approve your access for that. Yeah, these are just some of my Minecraft builds. I do a lot of stuff in survival mode as well, so these are just the creative builds I have on this flat map that, like I said, I've been working on for many, many years. But I just started a new build tonight. Something I want to work on certain nights when I'm streaming, not every night. I'll be doing a lot of different stuff on Twitch and YouTube. So I do like to do a lot of variety streaming. Sometimes it'll be Minecraft, sometimes it'll be something else, mostly from the Xbox for now. Until I can get another PC built out eventually. Alright, let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was finishing up this column. Finishing up this column. At some point I need to do a 8-hour stream on Twitch, because I guess they're all about doing 8-hour streams on Twitch these days. So I guess I need to build up to that at some point. Most of my streams have been like anywhere from an hour and a half to what was the longest one I've done so far? 3.5 hours, I think. Recently, maybe 4 hours. I'm not sure. I used to do 7, 8, 9 hours, sometimes 10-hour streams back when I was on Mixer, but that was a while back. You're on my server? Okay, cool. Welcome to the server. Feel free to post your pictures of your builds there. Used to have a followers group on Xbox as well, where people used to post a lot of pictures, but I think they did away with groups on Xbox some time ago. I know all of them seem to disappear at some point. Or maybe you don't see them without Game Pass anymore, I'm not sure. I just know the Diamondback 662 followers group disappeared some time ago, so I don't know. Don't know what Xbox did, whether they got rid of groups or if it's something you have to have with a live active Game Pass account now or something. Yeah, if you post on there, I'll see it. I do occasionally check out the Discord. Personalize your server limits. Yeah, okay, I don't need to know about that right now. Discord, everybody's trying to push. Yeah, there's a couple of social channels on my Discord, general and images. Most people tend to post the I think most people post in the images. Probably some builds in there and some various other things from way back when. Way back when. All right. There we go. That looks like a pretty good start. Like I said earlier, there's probably going to be one more set of columns on each of these sides. I like to get them at least 4 wide, I think. Maybe 5, I don't know. Yeah, we'll tell when we get there. 4 or 5 columns on each side. Then there's going to be a big archway. And there'll be water running through the thing. And then in the center is going to be a big round section of columns. And of course, there'll be an upper level to this thing that's going to have statues and so forth, pouring water everywhere. Water will basically run from the top all the way through the bottom. Some of these columns will have a hole coming out the bottom where water will run out. That's why the columns are hollow. And then eventually, yeah, and we'll have these static pools out here, which are going to be fairly good sized as well. So these will get built out as well, and this will get filled with water. So, but for night, that's a pretty good start. Let's see if I can go almost 4 hours now. Go a little bit further, get these columns lit up, and I think that's probably where we'll call it. 4 or 5 there. Usually don't stream this late, but I slept quite a bit today, so but I need to try to get out and make a little cash tomorrow, if I can. See, did I mess that up? Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. It's the right height. Let's get these lit up. Yeah, I don't know how many nights I'll do creative builds. At least probably one night a week. Definitely want to do more creative building. 'Cause I do enjoy these big builds. All right. Okay. Well, that is a start anyway. Don't know if I'll work on that tomorrow or not. Depends on how tomorrow shakes out. Hopefully start at regular time tomorrow night at 8:30 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and go till maybe 12 or maybe even 2 a.m. again. You never know. As my voice gets a little more robust from talking on stream, I'll definitely do longer and longer hours, I'm thinking. Get out of it for long enough though and your voice starts going on you. Alright, well, I think that is probably where I'm gonna call it tonight. Mag, I appreciate your help. And I will definitely check out that document. I'll leave the Discord up tonight, so whenever you want to get that on there, that'll be cool. Or actually, you know what? I don't have to leave Discord up, do I? It's not running. Actually, Discord's not actually running from my computer. You can actually access that anytime. I don't know what I was thinking. So I will check that out for sure and see what I can figure out about the Mix It Up bot and get some stuff added, hopefully fairly easy. Let me know you know what stuff you're liking about it, and if you have any suggestions for new things I hadn't thought of before, let me know, and I will make use of them as well if I think they're appropriate for the channel. But you know the kind of stuff I had before, so you know what I like. All right, man. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, and I'll go get some rest because I gotta try to make a little money tomorrow, and which is not always easy. So, all right, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate the new follows tonight. Not sure what that took us up to at this point. Take a look here. I know we were at 62, I think, is what we're on Twitch now, which is not bad. Getting closer and closer to that 100 goal at this point, and not sure what YouTube's up to now. I think it's up to 117 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. 116. Okay, so we're at 116 on YouTube, so that's not too bad either. All right, well, I'm going to get off here and probably catch you tomorrow night, I'm thinking. All right, take it easy. Catch y'all later. Bye.